Hey, so this video is going to be talking about the Legendary Reliquary's Wave Quest. I hope I said that right, Legendary Reliquary. Anyways, so first let's get right into it. What you want to do is click this button right here, or you can go through the far plane, whatever you like, go through here, and then you're going to have to first go through a couple of story quests, and then you get to the Wave Quest. Now this is like the meat and potatoes of the thing. I'm going to talk about my opinions on this entire thing a little bit, but first, just know you get a couple of very powerful items here, and I'm talking very powerful. They're some of the strongest items that I've seen in the game. And remember, you can scroll on this thing too. I didn't realize you could scroll this when I first started doing it, so I thought Wave 6 and 7 was the end, and I was like, oh, that's not too bad. Nah, it scrolls. But that being said, there's also some other good rewards in here, like 500 viz and 100 scrolls. But anyways, first things first. Actually, first things first, let me talk about the items a little bit, alright? So, one of the items is called the Blood Sword. Now, you get both of the items off beating Wave 1, and this is the unlock. It'll be like the level 1 or level 0 version or whatever it is. This Blood Sword is absolutely insane. It's got the highest attack, I'm pretty sure, for any sword in the game. It also has slash attack up and Man-Eater up on it, so it's super good. And then on top of that, you absorb a portion of the HP dealt. So it's Blood Sword. It's exactly like how Blood Sword is in other Final Fantasy games where it absorbs HP, and it's just a very strong thing. And it's also got some magic on it too, so I haven't used it on any magic units yet. I've only tried it on physical, but it could be, you know, a viable option there. Haven't tried it, but you let me know. And it's got a little bit of crit on it, but yeah, this sword is absolutely insane. But here's the other thing. The Genji glove. Now, well, not every Final Fantasy, but a lot of Final Fantasies have Genji glove, and a lot of them, it's very strong. In this game, that still stands. This thing's got 16 crit on it. It's got attack and magic, like the elemental rings. It's got good defense. It's got a lot of HP for an accessory, 502 HP, but it's got physical damage up 10%, magic damage up 10%, paralysis resist 50, toad resist 50, and to me, this is, for PvE, this is like a deal breaker right here. This is going in every PvE team no matter what. Damage limit up 2,000. That's amazing. So, as a matter of fact, there is some Paralyze in this wave event. So, and you can max this thing out before you finish the wave event. So, like, you could potentially get this and then use it to help clear wave 10. Alright, but anyways, these items are absolutely insane. And, yeah, so one thing that I want to say is you get two, and in order to max them both, you need all these yellow things from this wave event. They're called Sword Gauntlet Pyramites, okay? You can max one of them off of just clearing through 6 and 7. You won't be able to max the second one until you clear 7. Now, if you want the sword, you could... So, if you're like a newer player and you're unable to clear the entire thing right away, you could potentially just clear 6 and 7, and then you could pick one of those to max. You can level the other one up a little bit, but you can max out fully one of them by 6 and 7, and then, you know, just use it to help you clear 10. You'd have to start the whole thing over, but yeah. That being said, I chose the Genji glove because it has that paralysis resist on it, and there is some paralyze in 10, so it helped. And it's just a good item. They're both amazing though, and yeah, anyways. So here's how this works. You make two teams, two parties. These are the two parties I went with. Now, you can use any parties. I've seen people clearing this with lightning teams, ice teams, just, you know, around on the internet and stuff. I haven't seen every element yet, but I'm sure it can be done with any element. It's not crazy hard. It can be tricky though. If you try it once or twice and you fail, don't be discouraged. It's something that you'll like learn with practice. And yeah, so one thing that I can state is tank and heals is kind of detrimental to it a little bit. You're gonna want to just bring in as much damage dealers as you can. I felt a little weird using Lemure. She definitely did work. I used her for Quicken and stuff a lot, but that does eat your turns up. That could be 2 turns dealing damage instead of just 1. So you might just want damage dealers. I think this party is like almost perfect here. For one, it's all these senior citizen, old angry men that just want to see the world burn. But 2, so Queen Ma Cherie is like the perfect type of unit, and I think any arithmeticians are probably going to be very, very good in here because she's got crazy range, crazy AoE, and she can back up heal. You don't really need to heal a ton in here, but if you do, it's definitely good to have. Like, once your team starts getting gassed a little bit, it might be nice to, like, throw out a heal or two to keep your overall team alive longer. But for the most part, you want everyone on your team to be dealing damage. But like I said, you can make parties with whatever element you have. There's no, like, floor that's immune to fire or anything like that. It's not crazy like Tower where you have to bring like a specific element in for each floor. You can pretty much use what you got. I haven't seen anyone do it with a rainbow team yet. It's probably possible, and if you've done it, let me know in the comments. But yeah, so anyways, what you do is you go through all these waves. Now, even though it's like a different encounter and the waves go up, all of your turn counts matter. So you'll notice in the top of the screen that it will show a turn counter, and it will say you start with 65 turns, right, on your party 1. You need to make sure you pay attention to that, because those count down. Like, say you beat wave 1 and you have 58 turns left. Well, when you go into wave 2 and 3, it's still going to be at 58. Say you beat 2 and 3 and you're down to 40 turns left. You move up to 4 or 5, it's still going to be 30 turns. So you really have to keep track of your turns. Now, I will say, don't be stingy with your attacks. Like, yeah, your attacks also count. So, like, say you use, I don't know, Bradley's Limit Burst on the first floor. Well, you're not going to have it anymore on the second floor. Or if he has a move that you can use 3 times, if you use it once on wave 2 and 3, you will only have 2 uses of it on 4 and 5. So that is very similar to Tower, for example. Or like a second battle, guild battle. Think of it like that. So that you do have to keep track of, but at the same time, you really don't want to be dilly-dallying. You want to make sure you're killing as many enemies as fast as you can. That way you end these fights with good turn order. And another thing is AP. So you want to make sure that you have enough AP. There are green crystals, you know, like we get in the starter quests that give you HP and AP. Those are around in most of the maps, so that will help you with AP on some characters and stuff like that. So maybe don't run on it with like a mage that has a ton of AP. Save those for like your jokers or whoever that might need a little AP boost. But yeah, so one more thing when you're building your teams, I forgot to mention this. If you use like vision cards or espers, it's really going to be a big deal with espers, not so much vision cards, if both your teams are different elements. But you can't use an esper that you have on someone on the other team. So like I have Dark Odin on Bradley here. I'm not going to be able to like slap Dark Odin on Little Leela the Bold, because you'll see it's already on Bradley. So therefore, you have to really plan your stuff out and make sure you have enough espers allocated to both teams, so you're not trying to have any overlap, because you can't. Now, let's watch some of my run that I did earlier on stream in the background, and I'll tell you guys about how I feel about this. I think this game mode is so much fun. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I can see it being a little bit challenging for people, and I don't want anyone to feel discouraged with it. I think we need permanent content in the game like this. This is permanent. This is not a limited time event. This is always going to be around, so if you can't beat it today, maybe you can beat it tomorrow or next week or whatever, you know? But it was really fun. For one, it really incentivizes you to manual. I don't know if anyone can beat this on auto, and if you can, then your auto team is amazing, and I would love to see that. So let me know if you've done that. And what else? Yeah, it just incentivizes manual play, but it's not very hard. It's not like tricky, crazy manual play like certain content, like, I don't know, sometimes there will just be things that are way too gimmicky, and it kind of makes it frustrating or not fun. In this, there's not really anything that's like one-shotting piles of your guys or anything like that. Like, stuff doesn't hit super hard, and it's really very easily manageable. Now, once you get to the last phase, you might have to deal with like some paralyze or some poison and stuff like that. It's not that bad though. Just wear some like marshmallow things, wear some poison, not poison, paralyze, resist, or confuse. Yeah, it was paralyze and confuse actually. So just wear some confuse resist, wear some paralyze resist, or just be ready for it. Maybe like Ayaka's TMR or something like that, for example. And I don't know, just practice, just run it. I got it like my second try. I didn't win first try because I didn't really know what I was getting into. I didn't realize like turn order was going to matter so importantly, or not turn order, but turn count. So I was just kind of wasting turns, running around and just healing and stuff that I didn't need to be doing. But yeah, I love the content. I think this game needs more permanent content like this. This is not limited. It is a very permanent, so I can't stress that enough. I like it. I can understand people, maybe like some people might not like it if you don't, I don't know, if you get frustrated with it, if you can't win it first try or something like that. It can be, you know, it can make you anxious or something. I don't really know, but I love it. To me, it was such a breath of fresh air, and it was one of the most fun things I've done in a while, honestly. I thought it was really cool. And again, it's permanent, so if, you know, you don't feel like doing it right now, you can wait and do it later. I did it right away, and I thought it was so much fun, actually. But, yeah, and like I said earlier, I've seen people clearing with all kinds of different elements. I've seen screenshots of people with, you know, lightning and ice teams and stuff like that, so you don't need to have like 140 Bradley and 140 Sephiroth or anything like that. Like, yeah, I know my teams have a couple of stacked guys on them, but I also have some free units. Like Lemure was free, and so was Moraga, so it's not all crazy 100 cost. There's a couple of free units on there, and then just everyone else is 100 cost. But yeah, like, I don't think that's necessary. I saw a team of like Skahal, Resnick, I don't remember. It was a lightning team. Saw it on Reddit. There was a bunch of just regular lightning units. They did have Esther on the team, so that was a 100 cost unit. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely people doing this with some regular units, and it doesn't seem impossible. It's fun. I liked it. I had a lot of fun with this. I hope you guys enjoy this. And yeah, I don't know. I just hope this helped. I don't know. I don't know if people even need help with this game mode. It's just a game. It's just a mode where you want to get in there and try it for yourself. And that's pretty much it. Like, you don't need a guide necessarily, like, especially because a lot of people have different units and different vision cards, so following a guide might not work. Some tips that I will give is you want units with very good mobility. The more they can move, the farther they can move, the better. And like, if they have range attacks or big AoE attacks, that will help you clear dramatically. So like, I'm using Zazan because this guy has crazy move. He can, like, run across an entire map in 2 turns, you know? Or I'm using Macherie because she can blow up a giant diamond. A lot of these guys can do that. And, I don't know. Make teams with units that you find fun, because like I said, it's not like Tower where, like, you're super restricted. You don't have to have lightning to beat this one floor, or you don't have to have dark. It's not, you know, it seems that this is very flexible, and pretty much there will be like different elements of enemies on each floor, but none of them seem like it's required. Like, I did a wind floor. Like, there's a lot of wind enemies in 6 and 7, and I completely cleared through it almost with the Earth team. I think there was only 1 enemy alive left by the time I was done that on the Earth team. So if I'm plowing through wind with Earth, then you know it's not that bad. So, I don't know. I'm really interested to see. I think the gear from this is actually insane. It's the best gear I've ever seen in this game. Honestly, like, I think it's better than raid gear. I think it's better than TMRs. There might be a couple of exceptions where some raid gear TMRs are up there or equal to it, but it is actually so good. It's really good. And it's not limited. That's the best part about it. Raid gear, you miss it, good luck. See you next year. You're not going to get another chance at that for a while. Or like a trial gear, same thing. But, or a TMR, you just can't get that if you never pull the unit. But this stuff is always going to be available, so you can build up your units over time. Like I said, don't be discouraged if you can't win first try. It's possibly not even meant to be won first try. It's the kind of thing you just practice, and as you learn it, as you learn where enemy spawns are, you'll be like, oh, well, I tried this, I wiped last time because I ran out of turns, but I remember some dragons spawned on this side of the map. So instead of wasting this guy's turn over here, I'm going to head him over there before the dragons spawn, so he'll be ready, and then the second the dragons spawn, that other player can just explode them all, you know what I mean? So it's just that kind of thing you'll learn as you do it. Might take a couple tries, or you might one-shot it, honestly. I'm sure there's a handful of people that beat this thing first try, no problem. It depends on, you know, what you were ready for. I didn't know anything about this, honestly. I didn't even realize this was coming out today. I saw in the news they had the login thing for Legendary Reliquary, and I was like, what is this? Does anybody know? And nobody told me either. I asked if anyone knew what that was, and nobody said it, because I don't really follow JP, so I wasn't really aware this was a thing. But I gotta tell you, super surprised about this, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun. So I hope you guys have as much fun with this as I did. And, you know, I just, I don't know. I enjoyed it. If you guys don't like it, that's fine too. Let me know why if you don't like it. Again, one more thing I do want to state that I said earlier. I think it is kind of detrimental to bring tanks and healers, because you really want to be defeating enemies every possible turn. Now, there are some healers and some tanks that can also do that, and that's fine. But I think a better thing is bring people like arithmeticians, who are not necessarily like full-on healer. They're not like a white mage, but they might have a lot of heals. They can back up heal in their kit. I think one of my weakest points in this was my Lemure. Queen Macherie was absolutely an MVP in here. So I think I tossed maybe 2 heals out with her the whole time, but otherwise she was just nuking. Her range is crazy, her AoE is crazy. Yeah, anyways, I hope you guys like this. Let me know, what do you guys think about this game mode? I love it, and I hope I'm not the only one. I really do. I don't know, just let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think of the gear too. Like I was showing the gear earlier, absolutely amazing. So I don't know, that's pretty much all I got. I don't usually make videos like this, but I just had such a good time with this event. I really want to share that with you guys if you haven't tried it yet. Maybe, hopefully, motivate you to try it. And yeah, I don't know. So anyways, just something to think about. Let me know your thoughts on the whole thing, and I will see you guys next time. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Or I do stream every day on Twitch except for Mondays, so you can always come into my Twitch stream. Even if you see me playing another game, you can always feel free to drop in there. And you can ask about War of the Visions. And, you know, I'm always willing to play or talk about War of the Visions, even if I'm playing another game. So that's just how it is. If you see me playing some game that's not even the same genre as War of the Visions, I could be playing like Barbie Tennis. I'm still willing to talk and to help out and stuff like that with War of the Visions. So don't be shy. Come hang out. Yeah. If you have any questions, let me know. Or the Discord. That's another place. There's myself and a ton of other people. Discord's going to be linked in the description. You could join that and, you know, get help there as well. Tips, advice, or you just want to share your pulls. Anything like that. Boom. Anyways, that's not what this video is about, though. This video is about the Legendary Reliquary. So, thank you guys so much for watching if you watched this far. Hope this video was okay. And let me know if you want me to make more videos like this, because I usually don't. But anyways, I'll see you next time. Have a good one, goodbye, and farewell. Bye. Blah, 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 blah.